it's crazy. The thing is, when it gets crazy hot in Istanbul, right? You can see who's poor and who's not. Right? Because like all the poor people stay in Istanbul, right? And everyone else just fucks off, right? So I'm originally from my mother's womb, and 9 months after the 9 months I spent in the womb, I moved to London to my parents' house. So I grew up in London, but I'm Turkish, right? I look Turkish. So people in the UK, they'll be like, you don't look English. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Turkish. You better be fucking careful, right? My dad is really dangerous with a kebab knife. Okay? And I'll be like, yeah, my dad has a moustache. Yes, he does, and so does my mother. Oh, for fuck's sake. But people always ask me, like, why did you come here? And the thing is, guys, I have to be honest, completely honest with you guys. I have a fetish for voting. I love to vote, you know what I mean? And I was like, what country can I go to where I can vote? Like, the maximum amount of fucking times. Turkey! I'm really excited for this Sunday. Really excited for this Sunday. I mean, I get turned on like when I go in the booth. You know what I mean? Like they have a curtain there. There's a curtain there for a reason. You know what I mean? I pull a fucking curtain, get my piece of paper on my stamp thing, and I go in. I'm like, I do my voting, and then I come out. And then the next day you wake up and everything's the fucking same. It's Turkey! But you know what, right? In the UK, it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up, and it's another Turkish man fucking everything up, right? Boris fucking Johnson, right? His granddad or something is like Turkish. And I can't remember the name of the village, but he's from a village back in somewhere. And those people, the Turkish like the teyzes and the amcas are like, oh, çok gurur duyuyoruz with Boris. Oh, he's on the television all over the place. He's on the television all over they're like really proud of him for fucking up the UK. So you know what I was going to say, the point is this, the point I was trying to make is that like too much democracy is a problem as well, do you know what I mean? Too much is a problem, too little is a problem. We're doomed, but that's okay, we're here at the comedy shows. So another reason that I came to Turkey, because it's life's a little bit more exciting, it's less predictable, do you know what I mean? There's a higher chance of getting killed, you know, like just crossing the road, do you know what I mean? It's like a whole fucking minefield. Like, there's a zebra crossing. What is that? Oh, we thought it was just to make the road look really pretty, these black and white stripes. No, you're supposed to fucking stop, you asshole. But they won't stop. Because now Istanbul also, because it's like a building site, do you know what I mean? It's like a constant building site. You can be walking down a pavement and a fucking bag of cement can fall on your head. Like, anything can happen. Because like, the Greeks and the Romans, right, spent thousands of years building Istanbul, but the Turkish people are like, no, it's not finished. We're gonna keep going. Keep going. Fucking dig deeper, exactly, dig. Let's just fucking dig a fucking hole. Oh, a child, baby fell in. That's alright. It'll be okay. Right, and then you see those programs on Turkish TV. I'm looking for my child. I can't find my child. Yeah, because they fell in a fucking ditch. The thing is, right, in the UK, people that have gone there will know that the last thing that you can eat in London when everything closes is a kebab, right? And what happens most of the time is that Turkish people from over here go over there to work, and they go and get a job in the kebab shop, right? And they they learn how to say fuck, okay, right? And they know the meaning of that word. So then what happens is like you get like really drunk British people coming into the kebab shop and they're like, give me a fucking kebab mate, and the Turkish guy behind the camera is like, abi, fuck dedi bu. Bunu keselim abi, right? And then that's it, and they jump over the counter with their kebab knife and they're like, ah! True fucking story, like it happens all of the fucking time. Because I used to do interpreting, and when I was living in the UK, and so many times I'd go to the police station to like translate for someone that would be like, someone like that had like, assaulted, like sworn at this kebab guy, and it was always the same thing. Like, what happened? Well, fuck the dog, and that's why I attacked him with my kebab knife. In England, it's like quite a fashionable thing to go on a gap year, right? And a gap year means that you apply for university and then you fuck off and you go somewhere else, right? And I had this friend, and he was like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna go, I need to find myself, man. I need to find out who I am. And I was like, dude, really? You need to spend like £5,000 on finding out who you are? I can tell you who you are. You're a fucking huge asshole. Like, that's who you are. Because like in Turkey, if you're a gay man, right,
right, you don't have to go to the army, right? I don't know. Because you're just sitting there like, tell me, sister, tell him, sister. If you're a gay man, right, you don't have to go to the army. Guys, just one time, man. Just one time. Let them put it in there. Just one time. And you save 18 months of your fucking life. Like, if I was a Turkish man, I would just like, give it to me now. That's it. Fucking hell. Think of all the time you're saving, man. Just imagine it's your father or something. I don't know. Just imagine something. The thing is, like, I was thinking about, like, we all know what, like, a ruckus sofrası is, right? You know, where Turkish people get together and they drink raki and they get, basically, right, I'll explain. Ruckus sofrası, you get together, you drink, you get absolutely wasted, okay? And then you start telling each other, like, the most horrible things that have happened in your life, like to each other, oh, so-and-so cheated on me, and then this happened, and then it was really terrible. And then, but the next day, right, people are like, after the ruckus sofrası, they're like, oh, didn't we have so much fun? Wasn't it so good to get depressed together? Oh, how much fun was that? Another thing though I do miss whenever I leave Turkey and I go abroad, you know, when you go to the toilet and you sit down, right? I bet you guys do this. Like you go to the toilet and you have a, you know, you do whatever you do, and then you kind of like, where's the tap? There's no anal stimulation tap, for God's sake. Like seriously, I've started like just kind of going just for the, you know, I don't even need to use the toilet, but I'll just go to get a little bit of water. I mean, it's weird. I don't know why the Europeans love to have a shitty ass. Like, I looked up the word for personal space. In Turkish, it doesn't exist. Oh, have you guys heard in the news recently that Sweden announced that the famous Swedish meatball is actually Turkish köfte? Oh my god, Twitter has been going crazy. Like some Swedish people, apparently they've been writing that my whole life has been a lie. Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh my god, it's ridiculous. So, like, I was thinking about what that means for Turkish people. Like, when you go to IKEA here, right, you know, like, people are like, oh yeah, IKEA gideceğim. You know, like, oh, shalom, shalom. Right? And they're going to go there now and they're going to be like, yeah, bizim köfte, our köfte is better than this. My mom can make it better, right? Because before it would be like, İsveç köftesi yiyoruz. How different is it? But now they're just going to be like, oh, it's just köfte, isn't it? I mean, it's like, it's going to be so disappointing. Oh gosh, I don't know. That's ridiculous that like years and years and years and years, like thousands of years later, Sweden decided to tell their nation that they've been living a lie. It's just fucked up. What I'd be surprised with though is if some other country came up and said, you know what, we invented yogurt. Right? Now, Turkish people would then go fucking crazy, right? The yogurt. The fucking yogurt. Well, that's the only thing we have, right? Yogurt. Don't take yogurt away from us.
I want to know who's single. It looks very coupley. It looks very coupley tonight, but all the single people, give me a cheer. The people in relationships, give me a cheer. Might be around the corner, right? And the people in relationships are like, I don't know. It's okay at the moment, but we don't know what's gonna happen later on. Fuck relationships! That's what I want to say. Just saying, yeah! Got the support over here. It's hard work, man. Especially in this day and age, like when you're in a relationship, you know what I mean? It's like with WhatsApp and with fucking everything. It's like, oh, where are you? Oh, send me a picture. Send me a fucking location. Oh, next thing you know, like if you're going out with someone like super jealous, they'll be like, put a GoPro on your head and give me a live fucking stream. Let me see what's going down. When I was a kid, to fall asleep, I would play with Tetris. You know the game? Tetris. And now I look at Tinder. I mean, I've completed the game, Tinder. But the thing is, like, the games have changed, right? But the aim is just still the same. You know, you're still waiting for that big, long block. So I met someone, kind of met them, didn't really meet them, but met them, kind of online, right? And then, I know, and then I kind of went a little bit crazy. I wasn't sleeping enough, and then my brain kind of like started to like just kind of drain out of my ear. I was like, my brain was, so my brain went a bit crazy. But this is the thing, when I think about it, it's like guys, most guys, they're like, pussy, I want pussy. Pussy, I want pussy, where's the pussy? I want pussy, pussy, how do I get pussy? How am I gonna get that? How's that gonna happen? Ooh, maybe, she. And then a woman comes along and she's like, hey, I love you! And then they're like, no, scary pussy, I don't wanna move, it's too much, can't handle it, it's too much. And the pussy's coming up and I'm like, no! And they go like, but you wanted it. And I'm like, no, it's too scary, talks too much, the pussy's saying too much, I don't want it anymore. That's what happened to me, and then he goes to me, and that's the story. And you can imagine, I know you're very sad for me. You know. Maybe it's a fuck. Okay, well, I live in Kadıköy actually. I live with my cat, because you know that's what you got to do. You got to live with your cat, don't you? You got to have a cat, you know. Everyone has a cat, don't they? Is it just me? I thought those were the fucking rules. I went to get my ikamet card, they said, where are the papers for the cat? Okay, it's okay, I like living in Kadıköy, but not at the weekends, right? Because all of you European side tourists, right, come to modern Kadıköy, right, to eat chocolate in a jar. In chocolate, when it's inside a glass jar, right, you just gotta have it. You've gotta fucking have it. And this is like, I don't know who did fucking, you guys, right, on Instagram, you're like, Instagram, oh look, I'm having chocolate in mother, in a jar, in like, look, yeah. Do I like, oh, filter. The thing is, like, what happens, like, you have queues of these people, like, just waiting outside, like, to have their chocolate in a jar. I'm just like, get the fuck out of my way, there's no pavement, there's no way to walk. So I went home, right, and I have a table in the garden. I have a garden, I'm very lucky to have a garden. I have a garden, and there were just cats. There were cats queuing up to sit at the table, and there was another cat serving fucking chocolate in a jar! Here, but on vapor, right? You know, like when it's winter time, you can have that creamy milk of jizz, like salep, you know? Jizz in a cup! Oh yeah, the texture is, I swear, like there's people back there making it all the time. It's hot, it's getting hotter. You're never going to be able to drink salep again. And the cinnamon, what do you think the cinnamon is? It's just bum fluff, it's just bum fluff. Disgusting. Are you subscribed to that thing on Facebook, Goldcast, or some kind of, there's some fucking weird thing page that I followed, and every other day I get, Keanu Reeves was raped by his father when he was 3 years old. His mother beat him every day, but he had a dream to be an actor. Dude, like, it's like everyone, Keanu, Arnold, fucking, like, everyone has this fucking really shitty fucking story. Like, is that why I'm unsuccessful? Because no one fucking raped me as a kid, or, you know, fucking beat me with a stick, or, you know, just, like, made me feed the fucking donkeys when I didn't want to. You know something I've noticed, like, recently, the other day, that's what comedians always say that the other day, which is like last year, you know what I mean? Like, I noticed something, like, you know, like, rappers are always, like, losing their hoes. Do you know what I mean? They're always losing their bitches, because they're like, where the hoes at? Where my hoes at? Where my bitches at? Where my bitches at? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, they lose their fucking hoes more than I lose my fucking keys. Do you know what I mean? Like, the other day, someone I know, not even a close friend, was like, if I die, are you going to come to my funeral? I was like, yeah, man, of course. Of course I'm going to come to your funeral. You know, that's the response you need to give. Like, when someone says, are you going to come to my funeral? Because the thing is, dude, like, it's just like, they won't know if you don't go, right? It's the easiest fucking invitation that you should just fucking take. Like, the English have a saying, like, you can't judge a book by its cover. Well, you can if you fucking read the description on the back of what it says, you know what I mean? You can. People think that people in the UK are very smart because they read wherever they are. It's not because they're smart, it's just because they do not want to look at you. They're just reading. Oh, not eye contact. Oh my god, I might melt or explode. Who knows? Like, I went to America last year, and I went to Kansas, right? And then I remembered that film, The Wizard of Oz, right? Where Dorothy kept on saying, I want to go back to Kansas, I want to go. I was like, what the fuck do you want to go back to Kansas? There's nothing in Kansas. Directions in Turkey. When you ask someone for directions in Turkey, right?
immediately they give you like the coordinates depending on where the buckle is. Anyway, so I was in, like 2-3 weeks ago I was in Berlin, and when I was there, like I was thinking, you know, like when you're in a strange place and you want to ask for directions, you don't always have 3G because you don't get a plan, or you're too poor, or you can't be fucked to do that. So you don't, and you have to actually ask people for directions when you're somewhere else. You don't have 3G, you don't have a map, and you know what I mean? So like, I was asking this German guy, like in English, like not in German, but like, well, my German's okay, it's not great. So I was asking him in English, and he was like explaining, he really got into it, he was like really trying to make sure that I could get to this fucking destination, and I was like, okay, thank you so much. But I didn't understand anything. Now the problem is in that situation is that you've got to be able to walk away in the right direction. Okay, and Berlin is an interesting place, right? It's easier to fall into a gangbang, right, than it is to get a taxi.
Right, it always surprises me, that whole kind of the promise of the virgins thing, because like they're like the worst people to sleep with. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, if it's a guy, it would just be like it would just come in, you know, it would just be over immediately, and the woman would be like, oh my God, what's that? You know, kind of You agree, that's how it was for you first time, wasn't it? But I'd say, oh, well, a WhatsApp message from my mum the other day. It's kind of worrying, because she's dead! Hey! Okay, you like that. But I'm quite a tomboy. I've always been a tomboy, you know, kind of a bit more boyish. So normally when people meet me for the first time, they normally think that I'm a lesbian. Because I've got huge metaphorical balls, right? And I mean, they're fucking huge, you know what I mean? They're down here in my mind. They like, I have to roll them up and put them in, you know, and roll them up, like in my imagination, you know. Like those women at the hammam, you know, when you go to the hammam, I've been to a Turkish hammam with the ladies. The ladies will know this. Okay, I've gone off track, but when you go to a Turkish hammam, right? Sometimes, okay, like true fucking story. I mean, this happens, right? You go to the hammam and you see a lady and she's sitting there, and the boob is like on her leg. The boob is there, and then like to get scrubbed, she throws it over her fucking shoulder. She throws it over, she gets scrubbed, and then she puts that one back down, and then she throws the other one back. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. Don't go to a Turkish women's hammam. Don't go to a Turkish. If you want to be traumatized, go. If you want to be traumatized. That's why small boobs are good. Small boobs are good. Big boobs, anyway. Well, but men like it. It doesn't matter. There's something to hold on to. They're okay with that. Like just something, you know, even just the nipple. No, not just the nipple. That's not enough, isn't it? No, just not a nipple. Is not. He's like, no, like, you're a woman. He's like nodding. I'm looking at her boobs. I can't see them. So something similar, Jan, that I experienced. Right, you go to a bakery. Right, and they say on the thing, it says işte börek fırında, and you're like, okay, fırında, but in the oven, but can we get it? Can we get it? Is that going to be able to come out of the oven? Are we going to be able to eat that out of the oven? But you always get that, like you get it on menus as well, like fırında, okay, in the oven. Like, is it going to come out? Okay, no, it's not. Is it going to come out? Can we get it out of the oven? This makes me think of my dad. I don't know why. I mean, he's like 70, right? He's like 70, and he moved from London to Antalya, and then he got himself a Russian girlfriend. Yeah, he's like, okay, he was like, yeah, okay, validated that. I mean, he lives in an area where there's like no Turkish people. Like the karpuz guy, the corn guy just talks in Russian. Like there's no. Anyway, so he got himself a Russian girlfriend, and this Russian girlfriend, right, she couldn't speak any English. She couldn't speak any Turkish. My dad couldn't speak any Russian. And they just could not have a conversation. And my dad was really happy about this. Because he was just like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't fucking understand anything, and he was okay with that. Anyways, and then they did end up breaking up. They did end up breaking up in the end. They split up. They were not together anymore, and the reason for that is she learned how to speak Turkish. So he didn't want to understand what she was saying. And then he met someone else, but someone introduced him to someone else, right? And we had to do all that kind of, like we had to go and like ask for her hand, right? This is like a 60-year-old woman, and we had to ask for her hand, right, from her daughter, right? So we bought chocolates and flowers, and then we went over there, and then we're kind of sitting down, and like my dad sat next to me, I'm sitting in front of the woman, and then the girl was over there, and then we just kind of looked at them and we were like, well, you know, they've just kind of decided between themselves to go for it, and then we gave my dad away in that way. And this woman, she decided to move from Istanbul to Antalya, right? But she had, she used to do turşu, right? Pickle stuff, right? So the car was just like her one suitcase and then like 80 jars of turşu, and I was kind of suspicious that she turşu'd her ex-husband.
That's it, guys. Thank you very much for coming, and good